sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, an active evening setting up across Central Illinois, our Roofing Dog iNet camera network. We got you covered here from Champaign to Charleston to Decatur and even here in Springfield as we take a look there. The camera bouncing around, a little bit of light precipitation already beginning to show up there in Springfield. Some freezing rain. They had some pretty good snow earlier today, but now we're getting into round number 2 that is just starting to ramp up, as you can see from portions of Macon County near Decatur. As you head up to Highway 51 towards Clinton to Farmer City, we're starting to see freezing rain and snow. Also, we're going to see a little bit of that ice accumulation as temperatures hover right near the freezing mark. Very crucial as to what we are going to see as far as either rain, sleet, freezing rain, or snow. We've got team coverage. We'll break it down for you when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
The snow has made it a busy day for state troopers. How many crashes they've been called to so far. Plus, U of I researchers have come up with a quicker way to test for antibodies, how it compares to the tests that are already available.
And also tonight, new data shows the state's vaccination rollout is one of the slowest in the country. Who the governor says is to blame.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 5.
Wintry weather could cause more problems on the road tonight. Just as Kevin said, a major storm is moving through the area, with ice being the biggest concern. Good evening. I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Snow, sleet, freezing rain, and wind all on the table for us tonight. Chief Meteorologist Kevin Leidy in the tracking center. So, Kevin, what are you seeing?
Well, we are just starting to see things kind of ramp up in terms of this next wave moving in. This is the winter weather advisory in effect for a good chunk of our counties. But notice if you're down into Coles County or Shelby County, Cumberland, Clark County, you guys are not under any winter weather advisory because we think most of your precipitation tonight is going to be in the form of rain. But you get up here along I-72 and north, and that's where things are going to get a little tricky. And that's exactly where we've got this next little band that starts to move in. You can see the blue colors here indicating the snow. You got some of the purples here, sleet and freezing rain. And as we zoom down into Clinton, it's actually where we've got meteorologist Jacob Dickey, who is in the storm tracker with us tonight. And Jacob, it looks like I see a plow there on the left side of your screen, and I see you've got the windshield wipers going. Little freezing rain going on there. What do you got there?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Kevin. A little bit of that freezing rain has started to mix on in back into this region here. And that's a concern when you see the plows like they're going in front of me on Highway 54 to the northeast through Clinton. They'll try and put salt down, but this freezing rain will often wash it away. So these slick spots will continue to be a concern throughout the rest of the evening. We'll have more updates through the night from the field. Not only the freezing rain, we may try and get north to see some of the snow as well. Reporting right now in Clinton, though, I'm meteorologist Jacob Dickey. We'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Jacob, there. As traveling along, we're going to continue to monitor what's going on there into DeWitt County and further locations as well. Again, this area lifts through to the north, and this map here just shows you the impacts broken off here by different colors. Notice the reds, the purples here, the high, very high impacts are along and north of I-72 and I-74 mostly, with less of an impact down to the south. We'll have more on amounts of ice and snow when we come back here in just a little bit.
All right, thank you.
The morning commute in Springfield was slick as heavy snow pelted the pavement of the capital city, coating cars and sticking to the streets. Of course, state police were called to several crashes this morning because of those slick conditions. Troopers with District 9 in Sangamon County got 14 calls. They also handled 19 crashes this morning, including 5 with injuries. Troopers in District 10 in Champaign County say they got 13 calls. They also responded to 7 crashes, including 1 with injuries. While weather played a part in several crashes this morning, police want to make sure impaired driving doesn't cause any crashes on Super Bowl Sunday. Danville police are reminding people if they plan on drinking or using marijuana, have a sober driver, and don't forget to buckle up. They say if you do see an impaired driver on the road, give them a call.
For a quick look at today's coronavirus numbers, here you go. The state reporting more than 2,900 new cases. 49 more people have died. That includes 4 from central Illinois. The positivity rate continues to drop. It is now at 5.8%. Researchers at the U of I have developed a new way to test for antibodies, and this can give people results in just a few minutes. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live at our newsroom. So, Courtney, how is this different from other tests?
Well, Jennifer, this one only needs just 1 drop of blood. The other ones we've talked about, they require more than that. And as you mentioned, it's fast. This can get you results within just 15 minutes. That blood sample doesn't have to be sent away to another lab for testing. It can be processed right there. One of the reasons this is important is because it will allow people who've had the vaccine to see how well it worked.
Some people will have a massive response of antibodies, and other people not as significant. And so it would be useful to know your antibody response to a vaccine.
This also opens up doors for treating COVID-19 patients. We've talked before about convalescent plasma donations. People who've recovered from COVID-19, they have antibodies, and their plasma can be used to treat current COVID-19 patients if they have those antibodies. This new method isn't available for use just yet, though. It needs FDA approval to be able to be utilized and tested on people. They're trying to find a company, though, to help with that process of getting FDA approval so it can be rolled out and used on everyday people. Live in the newsroom, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Courtney, thank you.
Today starts the second round of the vaccine rollout in Illinois. First responders, essential workers, prison inmates, and people 65 and over are next in line for the first dose of the shot. But the first wave is far from over itself. CDC data compiled by the New York Times shows Illinois ranks near the bottom in rolling out the vaccine, 45th. Only 5 states have vaccinated a smaller percentage of their population. Governor Pritzker blamed this slow rollout on the federal government's requirement to set aside vaccine for pharmacies, including CVS and Walgreens, to distribute to seniors in the state's 1,700 assisted living facilities.
And they sit on shelves because that federal pharmacy partnership is so slow at the job. Having said that, I have had numerous conversations. My team is in regular communication with those companies, and they have promised that they will get through the first visits to assisted living facilities by February 15th.
That means the first phase, 1A, could take until the end of next month to finish. It could take much longer to vaccinate the 3.2 million people in phase 1B. Patients with high-risk medical conditions would be next in line in phase 1C. The state is out with a new website to help people make an appointment or sign up for an alert to see when your vaccine will be available. The Illinois Department of Human Services and Governor Pritzker say that people who act as caretakers to family members with disabilities can now sign up to get a COVID vaccine. IDHS says the state has a large population of people with disabilities who are at high risk of COVID complications. The updated Illinois Vaccine Administration plan lists caretakers in Group 1A along with other healthcare workers. Qualifying disabilities include cerebral palsy, Down syndrome, and epilepsy. COPHD officials say caregivers can call their hotline to schedule an appointment.
The Danville Public Library reopened for limited in-person service today. Officials say the building will be open to high-risk people from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. on weekdays and 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. for everyone else. Only 50 people will be allowed in the library at one time. Masks are required. Curbside service will still be available.
It's a major makeover for one park, how it's making room for some new additions.
Plus this.
It wasn't safe for the children to be walking to school in the street.
So a group of volunteers stepped in to change that, where these snow angels are keeping the sidewalks clean.